Hey folks, my name's René Enriquez and you're watching Uncensored.
This is René Enriquez. Nickname Blackhand of the Mexican Mafia. Prison gang politics.
Welcome back to another episode on Operation Roman Empire. I think we are going to wrap it up today. We have thousands of calls, and I was sitting back enjoying my second cup of coffee. I made some French press today, and I'm kind of getting into this coffee thing, or becoming a connoisseur. And as a side thought, I want to try Kapelua. Kapelua is, and I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly, it's a Hawaiian coffee where these feral cats eat coffee beans, right? And then they digest them. And these guys, these harvesters, go out and pick out the coffee beans from the excrement of the cats. So it undergoes this fermenting process, the coffee bean, inside the stomach and the digestive tract of the feral cats, right? So they harvest them, they dry them, they sanitize them, I guess, and then they grind this coffee up, and it's considered a delicacy. At $900 a pound, it better be good because I want to try it, and I'm going to try it at some point. I mean, what does that really say about me? But I want to try it, right? I want to at least say, well, I tried it, I liked it, or I didn't like it. Like caviar, I tried caviar, I did not like it at all. I'll never eat it again. I tried sushi, did not like it at all. We'll never eat it again. But I digress. We're talking about Operation Roman Empire. And I want to kind of wrap it up. I mean, I have thousands of calls, bugs, wires, everything. You name it, I got it, right? And but it would just become repetitive to hit on every call, right? And it's just, I mean, sometime in the future you may run calls on this thing, but I wanted to wrap it up with some visual stuff, right? Fortunately, I ran across a couple of videos that depict the power of Vianna Roman. Vieanna Roman is the daughter of Popeye Roman, Mexican Mafia member Danny Roman, right, who was eliminated. Uh, and and I dare say that Vieanna Roman had power tantamount to that of a cardinal. But in the first video I'm going to run, you'll see her holding a meeting at her compound. And this was taken from a pole cam. For those who are not in the know, a pole cam is a camera that's placed on a telephone pole out of sight and captures everything, right? And you'll see Vianna attend the meeting, sweeping the backyard, the back compound area, the parking area. You'll see all the cars pulling in. You see the attendees, which are homeboys and crew members. And Vianna did this well. She did this well. And she brought about the ire and resentment of Mexican Mafia members. And the last call we did on Vianna, you'll hear a snippet of a conversation between Rube Soto and Cholomorra, where they finally turn against her and say she's in bad standing and she has no power and she's nobody, right? But these are the things she endured every day. Vianna didn't have an easy life. Thankfully now she's moved on. She's served her time. She's doing well. And these things are a thing of the past, right? The politics of yesteryear do not apply today. She's out of it. Her father was eliminated, and it's a done deal. You know, I don't mean to be cold or crass about it, but that's the reality of the organization. There's nobody after her looking for her. This shouldn't be viewed, and the past call shouldn't be viewed as a current status. But I want to show you what her status was when she was in the depth of it, right? She had the ability to call meetings. When she spoke, people listened, and they did what she said. So I'm going to run this video on Vieanna Roman at her compound, take it from a pole cam, and you'll see the manner in which she functioned and the way people adhered to what she said. And there's no audio in the video, just an FYI, but you'll see everything that's happening and you'll understand everything that's happening. This isn't a barbecue. This isn't a family gathering. This isn't a happy-go-lucky thing. This is business occurring in the city of Los Angeles where people don't even know that these things happen. With that said, I'm going to run the video. So you notice that people are arriving in the compound. It's daytime, and they enter into the small room off to the right. In that room, the meeting takes place. You'll see Vianna edging around the door, see her inside the door. You lose view of her, and then they come out and they conduct the meeting in the compound parking area. You'll see Vianna sweeping and cleaning the area, but they're actually conducting a meeting. This meeting takes place over an extensive period of time. There is a lot of video, so we're going to edit through it, and you can see the highlights of it. And again, this is taken from hundreds of yards away from a telephone pole where a camera is located. Nobody knows it's there, obviously, or they wouldn't be having that meeting in public. But again, I'm going to show you something contrary to that in a second. Stand by for the conclusion of this compound video from the pole cam. Okay, folks, keep in mind there's no audio to this video. These are security cameras, public security cameras, where video was taken and obtained by investigators during the course of the investigation Operation Roman Empire. And in the next video, this is the IHOP, the famous IHOP meeting, where Vianna called Rube Soto, Cholo Morra, Dreamer, Rodriguez, Bam Bam to a meeting at IHOP. You'll see the attendees arrive. You'll see the front camera where they're assisting Rube Soto. He's an old, decrepit man. He's being assisted by Cholo Morra and another one by Dreamer, coming in and out of the IHOP. This meeting was called to define the territories of Popeye Roman. There was a lot of encroachment going on. I mean, again, members were attempting to take territory from Popeye Roman. Vieanna Roman was representing her father, and oftentimes she would say, hey, this is my father's territory. I'm representing my father. If you disrespect me, you disrespect him. But again, it shows the wherewithal of Vieanna Roman to sit down with Mexican Mafia members. It's unheard of for a female to call meetings, or what we call juntas, Juntas, that means meeting in Spanish, call juntas with carnales, made guys, brothers, right? And here she's doing it. It's a testament to the power she wielded, the power she had, and her business savvy and her political acumen. She was trying to get ahead of the curve, right? She's trying to get ahead of these politics because she was embattled. She was embattled. Her father was embattled. You know, I think Vieanna would have been fine, but her father's politics, her father's embroilment, and the continuous clashes with carnales over territories and prisons and issues rolled off onto her. It's just the nature of the beast, right? If I'm friends with a specific Mexican Mafia member and we're very close and he gets politicked on, I'm supporting him. I am, by virtue of that fact, supporting him, going to catch his blues, right? No matter what. You just viewed with a tainted eye. And I think that's what Vieanna experienced, right? The antipathy and resentment for Popeye rolled off onto her. And it was always a dash to stake a claim, kind of like the gold rush. Remember when they would run out to Sutter Coast and San Francisco and all those areas in California where in the 1800s where they would put a stake in the ground and they'd stake their claim. Well, that's what they were trying to do with Popeye's territory because he had a huge swath of territories that he controlled. His business was vast, and Vieanna was a good businesswoman, right? I mean, that's a testament by, you know, her being a real estate agent, her owning businesses, and her owning a compound and property. She had a good head on her shoulders, and she still does. She still displays that business acumen in what she's doing today, capitalizing on social media. And again, for the commenters, keep the comments respectful. Regardless of what she does, respect the hustle. She's hustling. And I'm no apologist for Vieanna Roman or anybody, but anybody that hustles, I respect that, right? They don't have their hand out. They're not asking for charity. They're hustling for theirs. And you got to respect that from any person, particularly somebody who did 13, 14, 15 years in prison, gets out and starts doing the damn thing. So that's displayed in everything she's about. Every fiber of her being is about organization, earning, and getting ahead in life, right? And that's, again, in the meetings she's held, in her ability to function in a male-dominated world, which is the Mexican Mafia. She had a glass ceiling. She shattered that, right? And she rose above. I dare say she had more juice than some carnales. Because some carnales didn't have crews. They didn't have money. They were begging, asking for money for carnales to buy them books or magazines or whatever, right? And I don't say that in a derogatory sense. I don't mean that as a put down, but it's a reality. Some carnales have no business acumen. They have no socio-political skills. But in Vieanna, you see all those things. If she was a male, I would have made her, right? That's the kind of business savvy she had, right? And but unfortunately, she was a woman in a male-dominated world. But she excelled at that. One of the things to note in this video is that off to the left hand corner, the meeting takes place. You'll see her sit down with these Mexican Mafia members. Off to the right, adjacent to the table, is her husband, Bobby. He's in a white t shirt and he's posing as security. You'll see he's intently looking at the meeting. He's not invited to the table. But what few people notice on his right hip is a slight bulge. You could see the outline of a hip holster. So Bobby was ready. You know, if it was me, I would have sat across the way on the two top tables uh, and had their back towards me. I would have gave me the tactical advantage had I had to do something. I would have done that. I think he wanted to hear everything that was going on, so he sat close. But I would have sat behind them to give me the element of superiority and surprise if I had to unload on him. Because that's what he's there for, to ensure that his wife was okay. She's meeting with mobsters. There's political tension, and he's there to protect her. And I would assume that people were in the parking lot and the surrounding area from their crew, ready to be there at a moment's notice as well. That's what I would have done. But she definitely had firepower in that room. Another smart move, another tactical move that gave them the advantage. Obviously, the Mexican Mafia members didn't know that there was firepower in the room. Uh, but that's what I got from that slight bulge in his hip, right? And it's kind of like, OPSEC, right? Well, OPSEC is operational security. You scan the room, you see who's in there, you look for bulges, you look for telltale signs, you look for body language, glances of recognition, you look for everything, right? And when I do a video, when I evaluate any kind of communication or videos, that's what you would look for. You look for the little small telltale signs, the things that the average Joe is not going to see. But you'll see that here. You'll see them conduct the meeting. They don't eat. They have the meeting, and boom, they're gone. Everybody walks out smiling and happy, but there's tension. Tension underlies this meeting. After this meeting, that call that I ran an episode on where Rube Soto at the end of the call states, well, who's Vianna? She's nobody. She's in bad standing anyway, as a result of all the politics. But remember, there's no audio in this video, so put together the pieces that are going on. She's embroiled in politics, defending her father's territory. Her father's being politicked on. His life's already in the balance, and the future is coming, which is going to be disastrous, right? Vianna's going to be indicted. Popeye's going to be eliminated. All this is coming in the future. This is all part of what's going on right here, right now in this video, in these videos. So if you could see that in its totality, right? Operation Roman Empire in its totality. The investigations going on. The politics are happening. There's envy. There's jealousy. There's hatred. And these things are unfolding right before your eyes with no words. Use your imagination. Feel the tension. Experience the fear and the palpitations in Vianna's heart when she's meeting these Mexican Mafia members. Think about Bobby sitting at that table, worried for his wife, packing a burner, thinking he might have to use it in a public place, never realizing that it's a public place and there are security cameras, and this will come to light 15 years later. Operation Roman Empire. As a recap, let's just run through it for those who haven't seen the other videos. This involved Operation Roman Empire. Danny Roman, Popeye from Harpies, control of the Harpies gang and surrounding territories. Operation Roman Empire was the name of a major law enforcement investigation in Los Angeles that targeted the Harpies street gang, which was controlled by incarcerated member Danny Roman. Details of the operation, the agencies involved, and the investigation was conducted by the Los Angeles High Intensity Drug Trafficking Area Task Force, otherwise known as HIDTA, HIDTA. It included officers from the Los Angeles Police Department, the DEA, assistance from the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, and the ATF. The duration of the investigation was 2.5 years and culminated in a series of arrests in December 2012. The scope of the criminal activity involved racketeering conspiracy, RICO violations, murder and conspiracy to commit murder, narcotics trafficking, including methamphetamine, heroin, cocaine, and marijuana, extortion of businesses and other gangs, including vendors at the Alameda Swap Meet, robberies, including those targeting University of Southern California students, and witness intimidation. The outcomes, right? 29 individuals were named in the indictment. Seizures. There were authorities seized significant amounts of drugs, 24 firearms during the course of the investigation and arrests. And sentencing. Vianna Roman was sentenced to 15 years in federal prison in 2015. Many other defendants faced potential life sentences. Danny Roman himself was already serving a life sentence for a previous murder and was not indicted as a part of this operation. So keep in mind, even though Danny wasn't indicted, that's the typical practice of the United States Attorney's Office. The logic is, why expend all the resources to indict an individual that already has a life sentence and in all reality will never get out of prison? With that said, folks, this concludes Operation Roman Empire. Hope you enjoyed the additional bonus footage that we discovered. With that said, folks, that'll conclude this episode. I hope you liked Operation Roman Empire.
This is René Enriquez.
And as always, have a wonderful day. Be safe out there. Peace out.
Nickname Boots.